Hi guys, how are you? Pretty bright screen, isn't it? I can say that this has been that this was a really disappointing game, but every game's pretty much disappointing, and I can be in here for maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Um, it's worth venting tonight, just on the franchise and the people that said the Giants were going to win this game and we're going to win it easily. They're good friends of mine, so I'm not going to get on them. But the fact that you could say that the Giants can win a football game is preposterous. You can't bank on anything. Yeah, and it's funny. Like, I'm sure you guys have teams where, you look at the ownership, you look at how things are going, you can't do anything. They keep making the same mistakes every year. They don't listen really to what you want, and the Giants just need to make changes. And I'm going to start off with saying this, and Anthony, I completely agree with you. The New York Giants tonight, this was not a function of the team, and it's a little function that they don't have talent, but the Eagles are not 18 points better than them. The Eagles can't run the ball at all. This was the team quitting. In the second half, the team quit. And I think Ben McAdoo is a terrible coach. I know Ben McAdoo wasn't right, but the bottom line is now you can't blame Ben McAdoo. These players just quit. Each and every one of them, nobody is safe on this football team. The one guy that tried was Saquon Barkley. Everybody else on this team is a quitter, most of the guys. And you have to rid this team of the cancerous parts because there is a cancer in this locker room. That's the bottom line. You got to call it how it is. This team just doesn't battle. This team doesn't prepare. This team is not a football team at all. This is not a talent point. These guys are all NFL players. And you have teams like the Bengals that are 3-1, the Dolphins. Look at all the Eagles games. The Colts, are the Colts that much better than the Giants? The Colts lost by 4. This team is freaking broken. They don't like playing with each other, and that comes down to coaching and it comes down to players. So what I'm going to say about the New York Giants is this is all a cult. I think it's mostly a cultural thing. And if I were an owner of this team, there would be some serious changes after the season. Maybe you look at Pat Shurmur, but I don't know if he's the guy. He's not getting into guys on the sidelines. His sideline demeanor is terrible. He had a good press conference, but he's not getting through to these people at all. He's doing a terrible job. He did a horrible job tonight. Horrible. James Betcher in this scheme, whipped cream on dog shit. This defense, people have been saying this defense is good. I'm glad finally that Giants fans can see that this defense is trash. I'm really glad that Giants fans who believe that any part of the team was any good can see that this team completely sucks. And last week, Carolina played the Giants stupid, okay? They played one-on-one. And you know what they did? They brought all these blitzes, and the Eagles' defensive line, I told you that their defensive line is great. And Patrick Omane, I know Fletcher Cox would kill the game. He did. It didn't really shock me. I've seen this story before. I wasn't completely shocked. Nobody is going to say on this video that Eli's not a problem. I don't think any person in their right mind would say Eli Manning is playing decent or Eli has years left or Eli is decent. Like, everybody knows Eli is really terrible now. Everybody would know that this is his last season, okay? We saw this 3 years ago with the Eagles game, so nobody's going to be arguing that. It's not even worth our time. Oh, who are we drafting next year? Like, the draft's going to get here next year. Now, would I put Lauletta in? I'll put Lauletta in when the season is mathematically over. But the Giants can go to Atlanta. The Giants have a schedule where they're going to be competing in a lot of games. This is a Super Bowl championship team. The Bears are not going to be as good as the Eagles. This Eagles team was a terrible matchup for the Giants. And if the Giants could somehow get their act together, they could fight to 9 wins with the schedule that they have. But the Giants are just not a competitive organization. And tonight they just quit. And you can't bank on the Giants for anything because they're just not mature. They're not a mature team. So We're still going to be watching the games. I mean, I'm still going to watch the Giants play in Atlanta. I'm still going to watch all the Giants games. Unfortunately, the Giants are going to have Odell Beckham for 5 years, and their team is just going to be terrible for each of those years because, even when Saquon scored a touchdown, he wasn't there to congratulate him. Like, he is just so tiring to even talk about. And you just wish you can punish the owners for their decision making with putting Odell Beckham on the team for 5+ years. Like, you wish you can punish the ownership for making Giants fans suffer through this. How can we get to Mara's pocket? How can we hurt him? Not physically, of course, but how can we make our voice heard so that guy loses a lot of money over keeping Odell Beckham? Because Odell Beckham, I'm tired of his act, and I'm tired of Eli Apple's act. There's no leaders on this team. And until they somehow learn how to draft players that have cultural fight, like players, you need about 1,000 Saquon Barkleys. You need maybe a pass rusher. You need a lot of players that care. And none of these players care. And that's the problem, is that Reese valued talent. He didn't value heart. And this team has no heart at all. It's really disappointing to support this team because this team has no heart at all. You're not proud to be a supporter of the football team. You're not proud at all. So, yeah, Eli's done. It's the worst luck in the world for the Giants because the best quarterback prospect in the last, one of the best quarterbacks that I think's ever going to live is next year. And I'm pissed about it because I wish the Giants can tank next year and get Tua and get rid of Odell. But it sucks that we're not going to get Tua. We're going to get Justin Herbert, and he's going to just be an okay quarterback. He's going to be like Mitchell Trubisky. He'll make a couple of Pro Bowls, but Tua next year will be the next Hall of Fame, next Tom Brady quarterback. And so we're screwed, of course, there. But maybe we don't have to draft a quarterback. Maybe we could trot Lauletta out there for another season. But I'd love to get rid of Beckham. That's the first thing that I'd love to do. I can't say that enough. I could scream it to the high heavens. And you guys might like him, but I don't get why you would like Odell Beckham at all. He's just a football player with talent. He's not a leader. He causes so much distress with this team. Sterling Shepard is gone. I don't think you're ever going to get Sterling Shepard back to acting like a great teammate again. I mean, he is just off his rocker. He's acting crazy. This whole team is acting absolutely crazy. So, yeah, you know what happened with the Giants game is at first I was laughing because, I was looking at the game and the first half, I was honestly I was just smiling. I was kind of, hiding my pain. But then in the third quarter, when the Giants almost got that fumble, I thought the Giants could make a run late. When the Giants had that fumble, it was clearly the Eagles' ball. I got really upset. But then they gave up 2 3rd and 13s, and that killed me. And it's just so disappointing. And this coaching staff is horrible. And they don't know how to prepare players at all. Let's talk about that. This coaching staff has no idea how to coach football well at all. The pass rush, they don't know how to develop talent in the NFL at all. I mean, B.J. Hill, Lorenzo Carter, Goodson, Vernon, you have guys that are good NFL players, but this coaching staff is so terrible that they have no idea what they're doing during the week. I mean, this coaching staff, they are terrible teachers, terrible. James Betcher is an average teacher. That Cardinals defense was not very good last year. Bruce Arians is not going to say anything bad about James Betcher, but these coaches cannot teach for crap. They cannot. These players don't get any better any week you watch them play. They are the same pile of garbage every single week, and Giants fans should have no hope. You should not pay to go to a Giants game. Why pay to go see this team play? Why pay and put money in John Mara's pocket for bringing back Odell, for bringing back Eli Apple, for hiring James Betcher? Why should you pay money? Do you think the Giants fans that are going home tonight, do you think that they feel good that they paid money, big money, to sit in those rainy stands and watch a team that couldn't give 2 craps about the organization, that couldn't care about the NY on their jersey? Do you feel like you made a good decision? Stop spending money If you're as frustrated as I am, John Mara should not get anything. He needs to make changes. Odell Beckham needs to leave. Apple needs to leave. James Betcher probably needs to leave. This organization needs a wholesale change, period. Stop spending your money on this garbage product and this garbage football team. Why do you feel sorry for Odell Beckham? He's been there 5 years. He signed with the New York Giants. He signed with this football team. I wish that he would go. I can't stand the sideline antics. He's running in the fans. He's not encouraging his teammates. He is, I'm telling you, if you go in that locker room, he is like a Jimmy Butler where players either love him or hate him. He's the best player on the team, Odell Beckham. It's important to talk about the best player on the team. The leader of the team is Odell Beckham. It ain't Eli anymore. And the offensive line coach is a joke. The play calling was horrible. There was no running of the ball. And when the Eagles are sending 4 guys, I mean, you know, Eli Manning's just terrible. He can't move in the pocket, but why can't you run the ball if you have that anemia? If you don't have a quarterback, why aren't you running the football? Why aren't you taking the air out of the football? It is just a terrible, terrible performance. And nobody is teaching these guys how to play football. Nobody is analyzing problems. They're rolling out the same crap every single year to us. Every single year they're giving us the same stuff. And the Giants have just become one of the worst franchises in all of sports. The worst record last year, and now it's 1-5, and they are the worst again. And it's time to stop sugarcoating it, and it's time to stop believing completely. Okay, unless the Giants are somehow playing in a playoff game, I'm not going to believe this team ever. And as long as Odell is there, honestly, I'm not going to believe it either. As long as these cancerous players are there, something is going on in that locker room. Somebody that's hired by the Giants has to figure out who those players that don't believe in the system are, and those players need to go. They're like Nebraska football. Look at Scott Frost in his press conference. He said, you can't build a house where the structure of the house is termites. And when you're looking at Nebraska football, the Giants are Nebraska right now without Scott Frost. You know, you look at the Giants, they don't have any foundational pieces at all. And players that are not buying in, they have to get benched. Like Eric Flowers left, like you need to make changes. No player should be safe on this team. And I think it all starts with Odell Beckham. If you get rid of him, you make Saquon Barkley the leader of this team, and you make Saquon, you elevate his status on the team, okay? He needs to be the leader of this team. And for everybody saying the Giants should have drafted a quarterback, Saquon Barkley is going to be the reason that the Giants are going to be good in maybe 8 seasons, okay? Saquon Barkley was the perfect pick. Sam Darnold is not coming in there, and I doubt that Sam Darnold is making this team very good. And frankly, I like Herbert better than Darnold anyway. So the whole like not taking Saquon argument, like, did you watch the game? I mean, why wouldn't you want that guy on the team? He's the one guy that's a star player, and we nailed that pick. So, oh man, Anthony, I agree. It's like, but again, like people just, maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't, and they're entitled to their opinions. Like all we can do is just try to talk, but maybe they'll see the light that probably Beckham has to go. I mean, every fan base they even feel bad that like we have Beckham as a leader and whatever. What am I hating on Beckham now? He's the best player. He needs to be a better teammate, and Eli's going to be gone. So this whole get rid of Eli crew, like it's going to happen. Eli's gone. Okay. He's terrible now. There you go. He sucks now. He's horrible. He's leaving. So we got that through the roof. But the problem with this team is that the chemistry in the locker room is terrible. And you have to look towards the leaders, and you have to question what guys are in charge, and you have to build a culture where it's all about culture, because it's not about talent. There's no way an NFL team should play that poorly. This is a mess. This is a disaster. This whole thing is a disaster. And it's the fault of the players, but it also is the fault of Pat Shurmur because he's the head football coach and he has no idea how to control emotions, how to teach football. They have no idea what they're doing. No idea. No idea. Mm. So with this owner though just wants to make money off us, and mm. Yeah, I mean, but why do you want to start? Whatever, start Lauletta, he'll be okay. Why? I mean, he's a fourth rounder. He's average arm strength. He's not ready to really play. Like, is that really an exciting guy to put in here? And the Giants are 1-5. That's an interesting point. I mean, do you bench Eli Manning? I mean, he is just so bad. I don't know. It's sad that he's gone. I loved his work, man. I don't know. The Carolina game, he showed signs, but yeah, he's gone. He's horrible. So I don't know if I make the move. I don't know if I do it. I don't know. Naturally, you're not going to like Lauletta, though. I just don't know about Lauletta. He doesn't excite me. He just doesn't. He kind of plays he's a check down guy himself. I mean, he's a boring quarterback. I mean, if you watch Kyle Lauletta play, he is not a fun quarterback at all. So whatever, maybe the Giants will start winning again, and this offensive line is a joke, and just nobody improves on this team. Just there's nobody shows any signs of getting any better. And this pass rush is just so bad. It's the worst defensive pass rush. Everybody on this football team is just terrible. It's just terrible. So Lauletta will come in the game and it's sad. And I don't know what Eli can do. I mean, I don't know what Eli can do. I mean, he's flipping out. You could see that the guy is mentally lost too. I mean, he is to his boiling point as well. And I really believe this. I cannot state this enough. I don't care. Until they get rid of Odell Beckham, they're not going to be a football team because no quarterback can play with this type of turmoil, okay? And Sterling isn't the easiest guy to play with either anymore. Saquon's the only guy on this team that's worth playing with. Saquon, Cody Latimer, Rhett. I mean, and I don't know what you do with Eli Manning. I don't. Maybe you should just quit. I don't know what Eli's going to do anymore. And, his legacy, I mean, he just somehow – he's been playing awful for like years, and for like 2 years. And I don't know, maybe it's the offensive line. It partly is. I mean, because he has no time to really discover reads, but then he can't get away from anybody. So, you look at the Atlanta game and the Giants can probably, if the Giants really put their heart into Atlanta, if they were a normal group of players, they could beat the Falcons. They can beat the Redskins. They can go this schedule. The Giants can win 8 out of their last 10 games if they had normal talent because it's the easiest schedule coming back. The problem is the Giants tonight, you saw everything you needed to see. The problem with this team is that after the Carolina game, a lot of people thought that the Giants would rally together. They thought that the Carolina game signaled a changing of the guard, that the offense was back, that there was 30 points, that it was just one field goal make. But you saw tonight that the Giants do not have any heart and they didn't believe. And that Carolina game meant nothing. And that field goal just ruined them. They are the softest team mentally in the entire league. They might be the softest team mentally in all of sports. They are the Browns. They're the softest team. They are a disaster, a circus. They have no structure or anything. It's 100% cultural. this type of performance on national TV. 100% cultural. And they could have went from Carolina and their backs against the wall and they're playing the Eagles and people are, and the Giants fans are holding out hope. Okay. I'm saying there's a little bit of optimism. I'm saying that there's a little bit of optimism after Carolina. And they go out today and they show you this. Screw it. Don't believe in these guys again. Don't get suckered in ever again. Don't for years, until they make the playoffs in maybe 3 or 4 years. And who knows if Beckham is there? Who knows if Apple is there or Landon Collins or who the heck knows? But you're going to see the sideline continue to acting like this because the owner just, again, Beckham has this contract. You're probably not going to see a lot change. And, you know, my advice to some Giants fans is, again, like, go enjoy college football. Go enjoy NFL ball because this is just like Dallas all over again. And who cares if they squash the Falcons because you never know. They are not a predictable team. They are nowhere close to being relevant in this league. So, It's an interesting point, Tony. It's an interesting point. And then Lawletto come in and I don't know. You know what the Giants should try to do maybe? I really believe this. You know, in my heart of hearts, like the one thing I wish for the New York Giants, well, my first wish is this is a tough decision for me. Would I rather have Odell Beckham stay the full 5 years and have crazy sideline antics and unpredictable behavior from the best player on the team? Or would I rather have, or would I have Tua and Beckham together? Would I rather have Beckham be traded, or would I rather have Tua? Because only Tua can probably save the Giants, you know? And we were 1 year away from getting like a can't miss prospect in the quarterback draft, and Tua would have helped everything. Tua would have been the only guy that could have saved us. So if we get Eli or Lawletta, we need to get to 7 wins somehow. We need to get to 7 wins. Lawletta probably needs to play next year with Alex Tanney. And then we can go, you know, we can get to 7 wins this year. The schedule's easy. Let's not be the worst team in the NFL. Let's not tank, okay? Justin Herbert is not worth it. He's an okay player. He's not Tua, okay? Let's wait 2 years. That's my message. That's my wish. If the Giants get Tua in 2 years and we just suck next year, it might be it'll be worth everything. Trust me. That kid is ridiculous. You need a quarterback in the NFL, and we need to hit on the right quarterback. And I don't know if Herbert, I wouldn't be nearly as excited for Herbert or Drew Lock. It has to be Tua. So we somehow need to get a quarterback like Tua in there. So I'm looking at the schedule right now. I don't think the Giants are going to be the worst in the NFL, because I think the Eagles are a damn good team. Let's give them credit. Fletcher Cox is great. Carson Wentz is elite as elite quarterback can be. He's a top 5 player. Zach Ertz is a nightmare to cover. Let's talk about the game, okay? Zach Ertz was a nightmare. Nelson Aguilar made play after play. So Carson Wentz has great mobility. He has all day to throw. Jordan Matthews, the Eagles are damn good, okay? The Eagles have Fletcher Cox in the middle of the field. He played great football. Nigel Bradham is outstanding. And this team can dominate the Giants' offensive line with only rushing 4 players. So when you look at the Giants go to Atlanta, Atlanta's not the same caliber of team as the Eagles. We only have to play the Eagles one more time. That's only going to be one more loss. But come on, let's not go 3-13. Let's go 6-10. Let's go to 7-9, because then we can get a pass rusher in the draft and start Lawletta next season. And then maybe in the 3rd round, you take another flyer quarterback that's kind of average, and you can have them as your quarterbacks, okay? So let me look at this schedule, okay? The good news is the Giants are not going to be the worst team in the NFL. You shouldn't hope for the number 1 pick, okay? Should not, okay? No teams really need quarterbacks. Giants play the Falcons on Monday night. The Falcons are terrible too. They just laid an egg to the Steelers. The Giants can win that game, okay? And I know it's bright. The Giants can beat the Redskins at home, okay? I'll go to that game. I'll cheer for them. The Giants can go to the 49ers and win. The Cardinals just went to the 49ers. The Giants can beat the Bucks. The Buccaneers got shredded by Mitchell Trubisky. Look at these next 4 games. The Giants can win some of these games, okay? Then the Giants go to the Eagles. That's a dead loss. But then they play Chicago. Chicago is losing to Miami this week. The Giants can beat the Bears. We own the Bears at MetLife Stadium. Then the Giants go to Washington. The Giants crush it in Washington. Eli threw to Larry freaking Donnell. Larry Donnell looked like Tony Gonzalez against the Redskins. Then the Giants play the Titans at home. The Titans, they lost to the Buffalo Bills. Okay? And then the Giants go to the Colts and play the Cowboys at home. How is this team? This team better win 7 games this year. Come on. Let's go. Let's win 8 games. Let's finish 10th in the draft. Let's stick at our draft position. Okay? Maybe even give up our draft position for next year, and let's get like Josh Allen, a New Jersey pass rusher. This team needs pass rushers immediately. And let's go hard on the offensive line, and then we can have, and then next year's the year where we bottom out and get to, okay? So the good news is, let's please get to 7 or 8 wins with Pat. And then we can even fire Pat next year. You know what I mean? So let's go. Yeah, Khalil Mack is pretty good. That's a good point. But Mitchell Trubisky doesn't scare me at all. There's no quarterbacks near Carson Wentz on the schedule. No. So you think these are you think the Redskins are blowing us out? I could see Atlanta blowing us out. But there's no way CJ Beathard's blowing us out, okay? There's no way maybe there is. There, of course, is a way. But do the Titans blow out anybody? You could put the Titans against a freaking middle school team. And if it's not in Tennessee, they can lose. So come on. Come on. Let's get to 8-8. Come on. We don't need the quarterback this year. Please, please. Don't just settle for Herbert. We need Tua, okay? We need a transcendent quarterback. Don't just settle if there's no quarterbacks in the draft class, okay? Come on. We need a transcendent quarterback, a guy that's going to get you out of your seat, period. So, Big Blue for life, I hear you. They're not going to fire Pat, Jeff. I agree. I agree. Let's see Trubisky against the Dolphins. You guys haven't beat us for a while. Oh, my God. Tank for Herbert. I don't like Herbert. Whatever. Herbert will be the quarterback, but then we'll miss on Tua. We'll watch him kill us for years. This is not the good news about us. This is not going to be a tank year. That's the great news. We're going to get up and we're going to fight to about the 15th position in the NFL draft. We're going to fight to purgatory. We're going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to be Indiana. We're going to be the Raptors. We are not going to the bottom of the draft. And then maybe we won't take another quarterback. So the key is for Eli, somehow he needs to get a couple of good games under his belt. And maybe he could sell the team maybe he could sell some fans on keeping him next year. Because next year's the year to suck, okay? Because Tua is there next year. That's what you guys have to realize. We need to realize where we're going to go with this franchise. So, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Woo. Andrew, that's a good question. I'm mostly doing just like recap videos because, film time takes a lot of time. The 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo, they're done. That's what I did a lot of film time on. I mean, honestly, someday maybe this will be a full-time thing. I hope it can sometimes be full-time. We'll see. I'm going to spend a lot of time doing a talk show with my friend Entertainer and Jet Central. So the good news is, yeah, Jeff, and we could sneak out another year. The good news is that I'm probably going to be doing a lot more call-ins and stuff and like radio stuff. And, I'm not a film expert. I do a little bit of film here and there, but, I don't know about the Broncos video. But the good news is we're going to win some games on the schedule. I want to get to 7 wins now that I think about it. because I don't want to be in Nashville drafting a quarterback. I just don't. I mean, that's like being the Browns, and I'm not hyped about any of the Herbert's okay. He's not a Tua. I mean, he's not. I mean, I can't overstate these two things. How great it would be to get rid of Odell Beckham. I really don't like him. You guys might. I don't like him anymore. And how great it would be to get Tua. Those are the two things on my mind, and those are the two things that should cross your mind every time. Okay. So that's the rant, guys. I'm confident this team can. I think we can win a couple of more games. We need to cheer this team on till the end. It's not a good idea to lose every game. You'll lose fan support. You'll lose everything. I don't know what it will take to get rid of Odell Beckham, though. I don't know what the guy can do. He can literally throw the whole fan onto the football field. He can literally go to Pat Shurmur and slap him right in the face. And I don't think that I don't think he'll ever leave the team. I mean, he is just not worth anything for the New York Giants. He's a great football player. He's a great wide receiver, but the Giants and him are a terrible match. He wants to get out of here. He needs to go to a place where he is happier. And for both parties, the situation will work out better if he leaves. And he will maybe win championships. He'll play with a much better quarterback, a much better head coach. And Odell Beckham, again, like, I think that if he's in a happier situation with a quarterback that he can get along with better, the whole thing will just be a lot better. But having Odell in New York long-term is not going to be pretty with the New York media, with everybody around. I don't get why Odell would want to stay here. I don't get really why the Giants would want to keep him, all the money. And listen, I mean, this isn't a locker room that's a professional football team. So for his sanity, if you're really looking out for him, you should want him to leave as well. Every party should want to divorce because this is not a good marriage right now. This is not working with him being your best and highest paid player, or maybe whatever. It's not working at all, the Odell Beckham thing. Okay. So it's so much, even Odell fans, I think he should leave. It's just so much better for everybody to leave. Good point on Apple, Jeffrey. Yeah, Apple struggled a little bit. And also he also is getting frustrated as well. And we need just more veteran leaders. I mean, we just need, and I don't know, it's the same old story, but maybe we need some veterans in the secondary unit, I believe, because we just need a very vocal, like, secondary player. Like, look at Eric Weddle, for example. Eric Weddle is a great secondary player, where even if the Giants could acquire Eric Berry, maybe they can acquire Ed Reed as a secondary coach. Just somebody that's a little bit older to control these guys, because Landon is not very old. And I don't think Landon is going to command the respect of Apple. But if the Giants can get a veteran on that side of the field, I think it's fine. I actually like how B.J. Goodson's competing. Connor Barwin competed very well. The linebackers have mature players. And then the Giants have no pass rushers, and they need a pass rushing coach. And I think the Giants also, if the defense continues to play terrible with this type of talent, then James Betcher's job is not really safe either. And what the Giants should have been doing tonight is they should have been running the ball, and they need to embrace getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands. So there needs to be a lot of underneath throws. There needs to be a lot of safe throws, because there's a lot of sack and fumbles when you have a really old quarterback. And so they need to be very, very smart, okay? When they see cover two, they need to dump it off to Saquon every single play, get 5 to 6 yards. They need to take up time of possession, and their defense needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror, and there needs to be a lot of work on pass rushing technique. So, that would be a really good idea. Odell on the Packers would be good because they have Aaron Rodgers. He's a terrific quarterback, and he would have a lot of success there. So I think trading him to get, yes, Yes. Oh, that's so interesting. We can give up Odell first round picks. And then for 2019, I believe Tua will come out in 2019. Okay. He has to. He needs to come out for this market. Maybe we could give away picks this year. Because yeah, let's do it. Let's win a lot of football games. Okay. If we show signs of life, it will be good. Okay. It's not good to draft quarterback this year. Okay. Period. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it's going to take to trade him. I don't know. Maybe it'll never happen, but it's a terrible situation for every party involved. Mm. Guys, thank you so much. I know I ran a little long. You guys are so much fun to do shows with, so I appreciate everybody here. Listen, talking with you guys, it makes me feel so much better. Watching other YouTubers, great Giants YouTubers, I can't wait. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much. The stream won't end. I don't know how to end the stream, so I literally cannot leave. The stream might be on for 10 hours. I don't know. I'm trying to end the stream, so gosh dang it. I can't leave, guys. I can't. I'm hostage. My freaking computer don't work. Unbelievable. I gave you 36 minutes. It's not that I don't like you guys, but holy crap, holy crap. Is this a sign that I can't leave? Woo, woo. Can't leave. Can't edit, can't cut. This is live, so I'm not going anywhere. I don't really want you guys snooping in on the family stuff. Oh, my God. Gosh, I can't freaking leave. Come on. Unbelievable. I can't. Hey, don't talk too loud, but I can't end the live stream. I can't. It's keeping me hooked in, so I can't. Oh my gosh. You know what? Then I might just not even save this damn live stream. We'll see what happens, guys. This is frustrating. I'll try 2 more times. Oh my God. All this good work, right? All this good work. What are the Russians hacking in? They don't want me to say anti-Giant stuff. Maybe the Russians, maybe John Merrick can't end it. So that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.